Everybody loves a story, and I gave somebody a story this year. I got a whole story from beginning to end, man. I never thought I'd be top 10, so why can't I do better than that? You know what I mean? Why not me? You know what I mean? I'm locked in, I'm ready, and I don't got no distractions. It's gonna be a beautiful year.
All right, we are back for another episode of the Bodybuilding Breakdown. I am joined today by the 2023 Legion Sports Press Pro winner and top 10 Olympia finisher, Charles Griffen, the definition. Dude, what is going on? Welcome to the show, man. Welcome.
Man, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, man. What's up, my man? How you doing?
So I want to ask you about the Olympia, but I wanted to ask you about, the entire 2023 season from when you started prep, getting into the Legion. I mean, the pec tear, we can get into that a little bit, but how long were you on prep for this year?
Man, you know, after I tore my pec, April 3rd, and after that, like 12 weeks after that, I was able to start training. So okay. April, May, June, July. So July. So mid-July, like before, like the first plans was to do Chicago Pro. I was going to do Chicago Pro, but then when I tore my pec, that put a halt on the Chicago Pro. So then 12 weeks, I wasn't able to train upper body like that. So what I was doing was just training legs. So I told Matt, why my pec is healing, let's start getting in shape and getting ready for a show. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. So as soon as the doctor was like, okay, you can start, I kept it clean during the pec tear. As soon as the doctor was like, you can start training, I told Matt, let's start getting in shape. So I really don't know how long I was in prep. I'm going to just say, man, it was about 25 to 26 weeks of me staying on point with everything while my pec tear, while I don't know when it's going to heal, when I'm going to be able to compete. So I've been on prep for a good amount of time this year. You know what I mean? I've been in a caloric deficit. So I wasn't able to really build like I wanted to my upper body. You know, I was just more maintaining and just trying to bring the best that I could bring. Because I know I lost size in my chest. My back is deadly, but my back is more deadly than that. But without training for 12 weeks, and even at the 16 week after I wasn't training for 12 weeks, and you give me another 4 weeks, that I still wasn't able to push it. So it was like 16 weeks of me not really getting a real workout in upper body. So it's been a long year. It's been a long year.
Yeah, you had a lot of uncertainty. So you basically had 26 weeks, so half the year of prep, but a good portion of that was with, like I said, a certain amount of uncertainty as to whether or not you were going to be able to step on stage. I can only imagine that the intent, of course, was there. I know that for you, the mental aspect was there of, yes, I'm getting on stage, I'm doing it, right? But whether the body was actually going to allow you to do that. And that was one of the real questions for me. Like just watching from my end of things of the updates you were posting and things like that, the three leg days a week and everything. Like I knew that the intent was there, but I was like, is he really going to be able to do it and get back to the Olympia? And a guy like you, of course, not just get back, but improve on your placing from 14th in 2022, yeah. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was a lot of uncertainty, man. I was like trying to tell myself I'm going to do it, but I had a big doubt in my head, like, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to do this. You know what I mean? So I was doing shockwave therapy. I was doing BPC, TV 500. I was getting dry needling done. I was doing everything that I could do to try to get it to where I could at least get on the stage and compete. I just want to get on the stage and compete. And I'm not saying if it was like, wasn't healthy and I don't think I could have did well, I wouldn't have just got on stage just to do it. After I started seeing it, I was going to do all those shows like Regan and Nathan, all them did. I was going to do those shows, but then I was like, I can't pay a lot of money for a plane ticket to go out there, and I don't know if my pec is going to be healed because I had to start booking plane tickets. If I was going to do a show out the country, I had to start booking plane tickets right now, and it was a little uncertainty with my pec. So I threw that away. I was like, no, I can't do it. Then I put all my eggs into the Legion Sports Fest, and that's where I ended up. Yeah.
So you were planning on doing like the Italy Pro. You wanted to do the Europa.
I was thinking about doing that. I was thinking about doing one of those shows and then having Legions as a backup show just in case. And then
yeah.
after the PEC, I was like, I can't pay $3,000 for a plane ticket with uncertainty on my chest because I had to start. It was like 10 weeks out, 8 weeks out. I had to start booking flights right now. So I just say, you know what? I'm gonna put that to rest, and I'm gonna just get ready for Allegiant Sports Fest. Put all my eggs in one basket. So I could be just like, and there's no second show. There's no other option. Lock in on this show, and this is what we're going to do.
And Matt was with you the whole time, I'm sure. Like, was there ever a point where Matt said, "Yeah, okay, yeah"?
Yeah, he was with me the whole time. He just wanted to make sure I was healthy, and he made sure I wasn't trying to do something just to do it. You know, he was like, "This is more important for rest and not to re-injure yourself. So it's more important if you're not ready, you know, this and that." So he made sure he let me know that, and I was like, "I'm all the way in it. Let's do it." You know what I mean? Yeah.
It was shortly after you tore the pec. I remember you did a guest posing over in Japan, was it?
That right? Was like I tore my pec, and then like 2 weeks later, I was supposed to go to Japan, and I was about to cancel that trip. You know what I mean? I was going to cancel the trip. Cancel the trip, and I reached out to him, and we still love for you to come out, this and that. And I'm happy I did that because that showed like through some adversity I was having, through this injury I was having, my chest like this, I'm still going to show up. And I'm still going to do what I can. And by me doing that, I just gained a whole nother set of fans over there where they knew I was injured, but I got on that stage and did what I could do. And I signed autographs and I talked and I did all this. And I still showed up and it was still big. And it was still a win because I didn't give up. You know what I mean? It was at the Air Force Base and they were like, "Thank you." You know what I mean? "Thank you for not counseling over this. This is a serious injury and you still came out here."
Well, that's got to be reinvigorating too, to go and have that shortly after. I mean, to have people behind you as well, right? And especially going somewhere as far away as Japan, right? Where bodybuilding isn't as big. Japan's just kind of getting on the map with the Japan Pro and stuff like that, right? So I mean, that had to be a good feeling, man. Yeah, it was a great feeling. I'm happy I did it. Like I said, it was a whole story of this. I got a whole story. I kept saying, my story's not over. My story's not over. My story's not over. You know, I knew there was more out there for me. And that's why I was set on that top 10. And I think I could have placed higher if I didn't lose the pop here. If I didn't lose the little pop in my back. I know that my back is bigger than what it was. I know that, but I wasn't able to train. I know I lost size in my chest. I know that. And I was still able to place 10th place right there. So I was like, that was Charles's best yet, but it really wasn't even my best. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm just excited. Well, you did gain size in the legs, though. I think it's fair to say, right? So do you feel like maybe you gained? Do you feel like maybe there was like a silver lining where you gained a bit more of a proportional balance from top to bottom? Oh, for sure. Because sure, that helped out a lot. You know what I mean? I always knew my upper body was a little overpowering. Then my lower body was a little overpowering than my upper. I mean, my upper was overpowering over my lower. So what that did, that got a chance for my legs to catch up and grow. And now, since my legs are growing, I got the recipe. I got the recipe on that. So I'm gonna keep continuing on that. And now I grow the upper body back. It's deadly. Dude, the legs were so impressive to see the transformation alone. It was unbelievable. Not just the detail in the quads, but the dugout hamstrings, dude. Like, nobody had dugout hamstrings like that going into the show. Nobody had them at the Legion. Like, it really was a marvel, dude. Like, it was something else. Like, you must have been real happy with that. Yeah, I was real happy with that, man. You know what I mean? I just threw my eggs in all basket and I was like, we got to come in rock hard and condition, and that's what I got to do. And I suffered through that prep. You know what I mean? Even the last workout, I'm just excited for the last workout. I was like, I don't feel like doing this. I had to push myself through the workout because I didn't feel like doing it because we were really digging. I was tired, and then it all paid off, man. You know, once they kept me in the middle that whole time in Legions. I didn't have no confidence. I walked into the athletes meeting not feeling like myself, not feeling like this. I was like not confident. Everybody telling me you're fine. I went on the Legion stage and I was like, did my 30-second. I'm like, how do I look? And they were like, you look great. Of course, you're my people. You're gonna tell me that. But then they sent me a video and then they sent me pictures. And I was like, holy shit.
That's how I look right now. And I was like, and Matt told me, he was like, he said, you're the big dog there. Act like it. And I told him, watch. And I went back on that stage. Once they put me in the middle, I wasn't going to leave that middle. And it all worked out, man. It was a beautiful moment. Yeah.
No, you could see it. The confidence was there, but the concentration was there. You could see it too. At the show, you definitely could see that. But there was one thing I remember leading up to the show. It was about 2 weeks out of the Legion. You put a story on your Instagram, and that's where you were talking about how much you were suffering. You just said, like, man, this is the worst I've ever felt on prep. I've never felt like this in my life. But there was one other thing you said when you put out that story, and you said, but you know what that means.
Yeah.
Just hard,
nasty.
grainy, doggo, and it, man, delivered. Dude, that was the delivery.
It was a blessing, man. I'm just excited. It's a crazy year. Everybody loves a story, and I gave somebody a story this year. I got a whole story from beginning to end, man, and it ended great. You know what I mean? The love I'm getting at my home gym, the love I'm getting on Instagram, this and that, it's unreal. Like, I can't never get used to that. When people want to take pictures with me, I'm like, shit, let's take a picture. I'm excited. Oh, am I bothering you? No, you're not bothering me. Let's do that. That shit makes me feel good. I'm not used to that feeling. I've been doing this for 9 years, and I've never got used to that feeling, because this shit, this sport, this bodybuilding is everything. It saved my life. So I pour myself into it. Like this year, I poured myself into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you could really tell the energy was there, the concentration was there, and that was one of the like, I was always a fan of, like, I've been a fan of you since I really started covering bodybuilding heavily last year, right? When I really started getting into it.
Yeah.
But this year you could tell was just a whole other ball game, man. It was a whole other ball game. So you got your qualification at the Legion. It was it was the last show in order to qualify.
Yeah.
So you were in shape. You really just had to cruise into the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had the expectation going into the show. The goal was top 10, right?
The goal was top 10. That was my expectation. You know what I mean? And I'm a realist. I know where I'm at with my body physique, this and that. I was like, I know that there's like 5 guys, 6 guys that I'm just not going to get in front of this year. You know what I mean? So I was looking around anywhere that 7th to 10th spot. That was my golden spot. You know, of course, who wouldn't want top 7? Who wouldn't want top 8? But I'm top 10. It's all love, man. I went for top 10, and I got that top 10 after the year I had. That experience at the Olympia was crazy. It was crazy. Backstage with Hunter Lebrada, he's like, there's 6.5 billion people in this world, and we can sit here and say we're one of the top 10 bodybuilders in a row. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and everybody was, the experience at the Olympia this year was everything, man. I've been there 3 times. This year was the best year ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about that. I remember last year there was a lot of talk of how the posing room out back was really small, and people had to go like inside and outside from room to room. And I heard that Tony O'Burton, I interviewed him last week, and he was saying that the experience this week or this year was a lot better than last year.
Man, they had all the weights, they had all the dumbbells, they had lap pull downs, they had the pull-up machine, they had the pec deck, reverse, they had everything. It was enough space. We were laid out there comfortably. We're not laying like sardines. When all the athletes were back there, it was comfortable. It was laid out. The experience was dope, man. The whole thing was there. They did their thing there. They did their thing this year.
Yeah, that's what I was told. Now, was there any adjustments that you had to make in particular when it came to being on stage later at night? Because I know this year at the athletes meeting, they gave you guys a very specific time on when to be there, and they said that they would stick with it. So how did that experience treat you?
I got Matt in my corner. You know what I mean? Matt takes the thinking out of it. You know what I mean? It's like last year. We went on super late last year too. So Matt takes the thinking out of it. All I got to do is eat my food, send him check-ins, and listen to Matt. So he takes the worry about it. I'm so confident in him. I just sit back and just let him take the wheel, and I know he gonna guide me in where I need to be. So I don't worry about none of that. That's not even my worries. I got him in my corner. Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been working with Matt?
Since 2018. I've only had 2 coaches my whole career. I had one coach, and then I met Matt in 2018 after Indy, where I placed second. I got with Matt next, and I won that show and went to Olympia. So I've been with Matt now 5 years. So it's going to go on 6 years that I've been with Matt. Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. So
Yeah.
we found a poster. We found that we had one off show, and that was he had something going on, about to have his kid. I had a lot going on. It was my worst look. The only time that I placed out of the top 5, and that was the most horriblest feeling. And then COVID happened, and I just, let my head breathe. And I came back 21 ready to do it, man. Once I inputted the vacuum in 22, it just took my physique to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like nobody my size is pulling a vacuum like that. You know what I mean? So, and it reinvented, like Milos. Milos hates the vacuum, but it's like, well, on Charles, I can't hate it on Charles, this and that, that, and that. So it's like, man, everything out, man, I'm on cloud 9 right now, because that Olympia experience was crazy. The videos I got up there with Andrew Jack, the Hunter Labrada, this and that. It's like, I'm up there amongst the best of the best, and I'm one of them, man. So it's like I'm just excited for what this next year brings. You know what I mean? When I getting back in the gym now, and I'm getting this size back, I'm eating food, and I could really build. And I'm gonna take this rebound and this health phase real serious, and it's gonna be nasty next year. Yeah, it's gonna be nasty next year.
So how is the rebound treating you so far? How much weight are you up so far?
I'm only up 7, 8 pounds, and most of that is water. And most of that is water. With I had to take a little diuretics on Friday, take a little diuretics on Saturday, and then Saturday night I drink some fluid. Sunday, and I've been drinking. So just like Reno, when it happened in Reno, my weight went up to that weight right there, like 8 pounds. And then Matt was like, I'm not worried about that. About 7 to 10 days, that's going to come off of you, right? That 7, 10 day spot, the water just started coming off. So I'm planning on, in another week or so, this water going to be off, and I'm like rock hard, and I'm just going to really take advantage of this. So I'm putting my all into this year, man. I'm about to bury myself into this year, and I want to improve on my placing, man. I want to do, I never thought I'd be top 10, so why can't I do better than that? You know what I mean? Why not me? You know what I mean? I'm locked in, I'm ready, and I don't got no distractions. It's gonna be a beautiful year. It's gonna be a beautiful year.
Finishing top 10 is going to be a big motivator, especially after everything that you put into it, right?
Right, and to be like, that was my best, but it wasn't even my best with the size I lost on my upper body, but the growing the legs. It's just, there's a lot of stuff that's in my favor right now, and I'm just excited to lay the plan out and just get to grinding it out this year.
So what is the plan? Is the plan to improve on the upper body, get back to where you were plus more?
The plan is just to improve everywhere. You know what I mean? I don't like to say I'm gonna improve here. The plan is just to get better across the board. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get better across the board, and this health phase, next 4 months, 5 months, I'm about to just dig in when it's cold and nothing to do out here in Minnesota. I'm just gonna bury myself in the gym, and then around that time, then I'm gonna be like, okay, now what we got to do? You know what I mean? So I'm just about to bury myself in the work right now this next 4 or 5 months. Yeah. And get everything back.
No, I mean, there's no reason why you can't make the improvements at this point, right? I mean, the pack is where it is. You can really you can really push yourself forward. And I agree. You hit top 10. If you're making improvements, there's no reason why you couldn't push past that, right? And you'll be going in there with the reputation of being top 10 in a very, very competitive lineup too, right? The judges are going to remember that, dude. So that's a lot of momentum.
It's a lot of momentum, man. Friday night, my head wasn't in it. Some stuff went on Friday night, and everybody was like, I think you got top 10. I didn't really I was like, they're coming up top 10. And I felt like I had it, but I wasn't sure. Saturday, I came back, and when they did the call-outs, the confirmation round, they pulled out the first call-out. Then they pulled out the second call-out. I was on the end, and they put me on the end they put Andrea Presti there, and I went in, and I was like,
yeah,
top 10, and I'm not moving from this spot. And I was, the energy there, I was there. I'm like, I'm not getting moved from this spot. I'm not going to move them. When they called my name to go do a routine, I'm like, oh my God, yes, I'm one of them people. That's what all my people were saying. They were like, we didn't know if he really got the top 10. We was just like, he got it, but we wanted to make sure. And I was number 13. I was at the end of the list, and they were just waiting, and then they said from the United States, and they said my name. Everybody just went crazy. Like, that was the best feeling ever, man. You know, coming back to my home gym, coming back to my home, and nobody in Minnesota's ever done that before and never did this before. It's just like it's unreal, man. I'm loving it right now, man. For real, for real.
No, 100%, man, 100%. Now, one of the things with this upcoming season would be you qualified later in the season this year. Is that an experience that you've been through before, like qualifying closer to the Olympia? Like, was that a good
No,
strategy for you?
no, I don't like that. I don't like that strategy. I like to get it done. Only reason why I like that strategy right there was because it worked out in my favor and I was in shape. So I only had to hold that for another 3 or 4 weeks. You know what I mean? Last year I
Yeah.
did Indy, and then I did a muscle contest, the Cali Pro, and then I had a longer time to get ready. You know, I like to compete earlier in the season. So I know where I'm going. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna wait till the last show of the year this year. So I'm gonna get in there and battle
Yeah.
it out earlier in the season this year. Yeah, next year.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll take 4 or 5 months, and then maybe mid-season you'll hit a show, and then you'll be able to cruise into the Olympia again.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, no, I think that's a good strategy, especially if you're planning on, really keeping the conditioning. Which, dude, I don't even know if you could get out of shape, to be honest with you, the way that you typically look, right? Like, I don't even know.
For me, it's not hard to get in shape. You know what I mean? Me and Matt got the thing out. That's why when people show up out of shape, I'm like, wow, how? All you got to do is dig harder. All you got to do is this. Oh, he barely missed it. He keeps missing it. I'm going to do what I got to do. If I got to eat sand, I'm going to eat sand because I'm going to come in shape. You know what I mean? That's one thing I pride myself on is condition. And, people always like, oh, he doesn't have the best shapes. He doesn't have this. Man, my shapes are not bad. My shapes are not bad. My shapes are not Andrew Jack shapes. I don't got the Andrew Jack shapes. I don't got that. But my
Well, no,
shapes are not.
nobody does.
Yeah,
Nobody
my shapes are
does.
not bad. So I'm not worried about anything. And I got a lot of muscle on my body. Some of them guys outweigh me by a lot, and I got a lot of shots where I'm standing next to Michael Crizzo, and this dude is a giant and he's big. But when we're on that stage and we're flexing, I'm just as big. You know what I mean? When I seen that, I'm like, oh man, I'm just as big. I got that nice, dense, hard muscle, and my shapes ain't bad. They always talking about this. Just wait, midsection is my weakest thing. I'm gonna train my midsection like I've never trained it before. And when I come back to the stage next year, my midsection is gonna be so improved. And that's my biggest thing I'm working on is my midsection. Plus, minus the vacuum. I want to be able to hit the abs for a quick minute,
Yeah.
and then I go into the vacuum. I want to hit the abs, go into the vacuum, then go back into the abs. So I'm really going to train my abs and really work on my abs, and I'm about to improve on that. That's one thing where people's going to see a huge improvement on is my midsection next year.
Well, I don't think a lot of people realize that not only have you done a lot of work on being able to present your best physique by perfecting the vacuum, which was very much unheard of to a degree until you really started pulling it the way that you do in the pro league. But you also helped Hunter Labrada with his vacuum training. Isn't that right?
Man, yeah, we're backstage. We're backstage, and Hunter always gave me my props. He reached out to me and asked me some questions about it. And his coach, Squat Like Child, he said,
Yeah.
because I competed at Indy with Luke Sandow, Roman Fritz, Ian. It was a lot of, we had a stack line up there, and I played second.
Yeah.
He's like, wow, just to see you come from that to there, from here. And he's like, it's not like you just got better, you got better. And he was like, you doing the vacuum, like reinvented the vacuum in the whole IFBB amongst the open bodybuilders. He's like, you brought that stuff back. What you did with that, and this, I'm talking to Hunter LeBron and Swat Like Chow right there, and he's telling me this stuff, and I'm like, man, this is what people think. You know what I mean? Like, you brought that, like you did that. He's like, and that's on your shoulders. And I was just like, man, that shit made me feel good hearing that. You know what I mean? Because it was a struggle, but I finally got it. And hey, I got open bodybuilders want to throw it through the vacuum now. I got everybody want to do it, but some people don't look right doing it. You know what I mean? And I'm just one of the ones that it actually gave to my physique instead of just being like,
Yeah, it does. It suits you very, very well when it comes
Yeah.
to that X frame. You know, it just it makes everything else look that much wider. It really
Mm-hmm.
does suit you well,
Mm-hmm.
and that's definitely what the pros are saying from what you're saying. You know, like Ben Chow and Hunter. I can tell you that from the fans' perspective, what the fans are saying is the fans see the work ethic. They recognize how much you put into it, man. Like they watched you suffer through the videos that I was putting out and the stuff that you were putting out. Like people saw it, man, and people gained a lot of respect this year. Like I know that the placings definitely improved, but the respect is really out there now too, man. Like don't think
Yeah.
that work ethic wasn't taken into consideration by the fans. And I know you hear from some guys that say, well, you know, there's no awards on stage for hard work and shit like that. Like you said, some guys are just not willing to do, you know, the really hard work where you really got to dig down deep and suffer. Like, do you think that there's some guys that are even on that Olympia stage that just aren't willing to go to that degree of suffering these days?
I know for a fact. I know for a fact because why aren't you getting in shape? Oh, you got thick skin or you this, you that. No, you're just not suffering.
Excuses, I guess. Yeah.
Your excuses, you're really not really digging to bring that. You're just dealing with, oh, I got thick skin, or I'm just this and that. Nah, anybody, you can get in shape. You get in shape. And I just feel like some people just don't want to dig that hard. And that's my honest opinion on it. Yeah. Because why you keep showing up on stage not in shape? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my idea on it.
A lot of people have a lot of excuses out there after the show, right? And some people they will own up to it, right? If mistakes are made through, you know, their coach or through whatever, right? But at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, you've made it to that Olympia stage, and you should have the experience of, you know, being able to manipulate those things like water retention and things like that well in advance. Because I didn't see of anybody showing up late to the show this year. Like in 2022, William Bonac flew in like 3 days before the show, and I was like, watch, this is going to be nothing but water, right? And that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I do think that you don't see the level of suffering like you really used to see, but from you, that was very, very evident.
I'm suffering, man. I got to play my strengths, and my strength is I'm never going to be the biggest guy on stage, but I could be the hardest guy as nails on stage, and I'm going to look as big as everybody on stage before that reason. You know what I mean? So I play to my strengths. You know what I mean? So we got to get dug out. I got to get dug out. I'm going to do that shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it paid off, right? It paid off. So you do that, plus you add a couple more pounds. I mean, dude, there's no reason why that you know, you won't be able to increase by a couple of placings easily. You know.
I'm coming next year so hard, man. Like I promise you, I don't have no distractions. It's all about me this year, and I don't have to worry about nothing else but my business, my bodybuilding, and getting better. That's all I got to focus on this year. So I'm excited. I haven't had that in a while, and I'm excited. I'm excited.
Man, I'm excited to see what you're going to be able to pull off. Like a mid-season show, I can see you walking into something like that and just, you know, dominating the right show again. Do you think you might consider going overseas again this year, or you going to stick to the States?
I don't know. You know, I really don't even know. Like, and once I get to that end of that off season, or we're getting to that point, then I start looking at shows, whatever feels right. You know what I mean? It's like whatever show feels right, let's do it. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm going for. I don't even have an idea of when this and that and that. My main focus right now is to get better. That's my main focus
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
The shows are going to be there in months when I start being ready to compete. Right now, I'm just focused on getting better. That's my main focus right now. You know what I mean? So for the next 3 or 4 months, for the next 4 months at least, I'm not picking no show. I'm just gonna be grinding this and that. At the end of that 4 month period, then we can start talking about, okay, let's pick out a show. I'm not gonna be done with off season, but let's start picking out a show and have a goal in mind. You know what I mean? But right now, first 4 months through this winter time, I'm just focused on pounding the pavement and getting better. That's all I'm focused on.
Well, look, man, I don't feel that there's anybody that you're afraid to stand. I know that you're not afraid to stand next to anybody. You know, I know that. But do you pick a show? Like, do you have a strategy of picking a show based on who may or may not be there, or does that even come into play for you?
That don't really even come into play because it's like anything can happen. You know what I mean? I just placed 10th at Olympia. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
person that
yeah,
plays harder than me, he's gonna be doing his show, but he's gonna come off. and I'm not gonna be off. I'm gonna be on, and then I'm gonna beat them. You know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to. Is like, I've been doing this for 9 years. I'm not no rookie. You know, I started bodybuilding in 2014. I turned pro 2015 November, and I've been competing as a pro since 2016. I'm a vet in the game now, so why am I scared to stand next to anybody? You know what I mean? I've been doing this, so it's like I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna show up on point, and they're gonna be off, and I'm gonna surpass. That's what it is.
There's not many that can match that conditioning. I don't think that anybody matched your conditioning on the Olympia stage this year. You know,
The Olympia stage lighting does, especially black men, especially as brothers, it does us no justice. Like, if you look at the backstage photos when Matt taking those photos, that's no edits, that's nothing. That's just a straight up iPhone camera and in a different lighting, and it shows everything. All those lights and stuff like that. I think Matt said Phil Heath or somebody said it on a live stream. Like, it just doesn't really show what I really look like. I don't know. I don't know. And that's why one guy said they need to hold the Olympia backstage. They need to figure out something with the backstage and on the stage, because like, I want everybody to see all the details. I want everybody to see every freaking crevice I have in my body, but sometimes it just doesn't show like that on stage. And I walk off the stage and I'm rock hard as nails.
Well, we want to see that. That's what that's what I paid $100 to see. I mean, the live stream footage being what it is, of course, but I mean, everybody looked like they were 5% less than the 5% minimum than what actually came through on the live stream. They've had the same guy doing this for like 30 years when it came to the lighting. Bob Ciccarello was talking him up about how this guy's been doing it for so long. Why can't they get that right at the biggest show in the world for bodybuilding?
If they do, it's going to be dangerous for everybody. The fans are going to see some real nasty stuff. We already put on a show. The Olympia does a great job. I'm not taking away nothing they do. They do a beautiful job. They take care of us. Everything is great, this and that. If they just get that lighting, it'll be even greater. If they just get that lighting fixed, and it'll be, because I got some stuff to show and I want people to see it. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to post it later on and be like, damn, he was hard. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not complaining about nothing. They did a beautiful job, but just fix the lighting just a little bit. Do something different. Let's try something different one time and see what happens.
And that was one nice thing about this Olympia, is that they did take into consideration, you know, improving the backdrop from last year. It was better. It definitely was better.
Yeah, it was.
And you're right. The Olympia organization, and that's one thing about Dan Solomon, right? I mean, he is there to listen, and he is there to
Solomon.
Oh yeah. These guys are listening, and these guys want to make it a better experience for you guys, for the fans, for everybody, right? And they put on a very successful event. Hats off to them, man. You know, that's a tough job, especially it only being the second year that they really went at it in Orlando, and now moving back to Vegas next year, right?
Right.
They could get rid of the smoke. That's one thing I was like, that wasn't necessary either. They could have got rid of the smoke on stage.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like the smoke walking out and smoking this and that. I kind of like the smoke. It made me feel like a badass. I feel like a little badass for a second like that. Then all of a sudden the lights come on. It's like, yeah, this is me right here. You know what I mean? I kind of like the smoke. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, there you go, right? No, I get it. It's definitely the aesthetic there, but the aesthetics of the physique, that's what we're really looking for.
That's what everybody will look for.
The Legion lighting was really good.
I love the Legion lighting. Like, that showed my details. That showed how conditioned I really was. You know what I mean? And I was more conditioned at the Olympia than I was at Legion, but you couldn't really see it like it was at Legion. Legion, that lighting was perfect. That showed off everything at Legion. Yeah.
No, it really did. It really did. That was one thing I actually wanted to ask you about, was the difference in posing from the Legion to the Olympia. After you walked off the stage at the Legion, it was more evident for the pec tear when it came to the front lat, especially, right? But you improved that in very short order. I mean, it was only a few weeks between that and the Olympia, right? What is it that you really did to really improve that?
Determined, man. I was just determined to present my best. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the first one to tear their pec and get back on the stage. So I had to study and see what guys did, and not really study, see what guys did. I swear to you, the one thing that really bothered me, it bothers me on the front lat, on the front relax, the way I was hitting it, and then it bothered me on the front lat spread. Those two shots bothered me, and that was a shot everybody want to post. Everybody want to post the front lat because it's something to talk about. Charles's pec is this and that, and that shot bothered me. I don't have, from that Legion show, I don't have one picture in my phone of the front lat spread because I hated it, how I hit it, and the pec came over. So what I did was I flexed the healthy pec fully, and I flexed this pec, but I'm not all the way squeezing so it doesn't bunch up. You know what I mean? And it's like Hunter Labrada, his pec tear, he does his side tricep on the side of his pec where his pec is torn, and he just lets it hang, and he just like, and bodybuilding is all about illusions. You know what I mean? So what I did was I gave an illusion that, oh, it's not that bad. It doesn't look that bad. You know, it's about being determined and relentless on wanting to present your best and wanting to do your best. And I got to work right away. After I won that show, I went back, ate some food, and I was in the bathroom just doing it. I'm like, oh, ooh, this is what I could do. And I perfected it before I posted it. 3 days later, I posted it. I'm like, now you see what I'm doing. Like, I'm working, man. I'm working, man. That's all I'm doing. Working at my craft, man. You know what I mean? No excuses. No excuses.
Well, I tell you, that is the definition of what you do. It's that relentless pursuit. It's that drive. It's that grind, right? That is what separates you from these other guys, right? Not to say these other guys aren't working hard, but dude, I watched how hard everybody else worked, right? And I heard guys that would just say, you know, like, this prep was a breeze. It was so easy. Everything was so smooth. And then you've got you sitting there and you're just like, fuck, you're knocking on death's door, right? And look what you showed up with. Nobody matched your conditioning on that stage, dude.
No, it's on, and I'm just like, and with the added exercise, it's gonna be beautiful, man. It's gonna be a beautiful sight next year. I can't wait. You know what I mean? I just got my plan from Matt today, and I'm about to nail it down to a T, and it's gonna be on, man. You know what I mean? Last year's rebound phase, I went to Cabo a week after Olympia, a couple days after Olympia. I went to Cabo for 7 days. So that was 7 days of eating whatever I wanted and 7 days of alcohol going in my body. So it messed up my rebound phase. So I came back a little watery, a little more puffy last year. So this year I'm taking full advantage of it. Every morning I'm waking up, I put my phone up and I hit a glute. I squeeze the glutes. Okay, I still got ripples. I'm waking up, still doing my 30 minutes of cardio right now. Like, I'm about to nail it down. The way I'm taking this rebound phase, I've never done before. All my other years, I get a little bit more lax, and I eat a little more good food, whatever I want. This year, I'm keeping it straight simple, and I'm about to just grind it out, man. I'm about to take full advantage of it. I swear to you, I'm excited. I want stuff, but then I see how I'm looking in the mirror in my workouts. I'm like, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? So, of course, I'm going to enjoy if I want to enjoy something, but right now it's 95% clean, and I got that 5% where I might be bad.
Did you have anything in particular after the show that you really enjoyed?
You know, after the show, I went out, I had something. I had some burgers, I had some fried chicken and pancakes, woke up, I had a breakfast, then went out to eat somewhere else. I got back, I had a Chick-fil-A. So I had about 5 meals. And I had a couple sweets. I had a couple sweets, a bowl of cereal, but no, for the most part, I've been on like 10%. That's what I've been on, because it's like, at least for this rebound phase, man, that's where a lot of people mess up at. That 6 to 8 weeks post-show is one of the most important phases of bodybuilding once you get done competing. Your body is so anabolic, and you could just feed your muscles, work out, and you're just going to grow in that 6 to 8 weeks. And a lot of people mess up that time. And I'm going to take advantage of this full rebound phase this time. So I'm pretty excited about that.
So 2024, there's no vacation, there's no time off from the gym.
Oh, no,
like nothing.
There's going to be, I have to have that. You know what I mean? I have to have that. I have to have time for me and this and that, the vacation time. But when I go on vacation, I'm still be on point. I can still have my food. I can still have that. I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink like that. When I go to Cabo, something like that, then I go in. But I'm gonna take some time for me because that's what that you gotta enjoy life. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
gotta enjoy life. This is a lifestyle, it's not my life. You know what I mean? So I gotta be able to go out and do these things. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna get dressed and go out to a happy hour, have me a glass of wine, you know what I mean? Just a glass of wine and go out and hang out with some people. I don't need to get drunk. I don't need to eat the bad food. I have a salad with a chicken salad, salad with some chicken on it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it super clean the whole time, but I'm gonna go out and enjoy myself, you know what I mean? I wanna enjoy what I just did. That was fucking, this is huge, man. I'm top 10 in the freaking world, man. Unbelievable, man. I can't believe that. So I'm about to bellish in this for a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. You can remain with that amount of focus and still go and enjoy yourself, right? Because
Oh yeah. Because you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
burn out. You're gonna burn out if you don't.
that's it.
You
Yeah,
don't want to burn
yeah,
out. You don't want to burn out. Once you burn out, then you're messed up. So you got to enjoy your time so you don't burn out. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm about to do. Enjoy my time and still stay on point. You can still do all those things.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, you burn yourself out, and it's only going to show through in the physique at the end of the day, right? Like you
I
said,
don't
you're
want.
taking advantage of. No,
I
no,
don't
no.
want to
You're
get
taking
tired. I don't want
advantage.
to. I don't want to get tired of the process 3 months from now, 4 months from now, because all I've been doing is I haven't took no time to breathe. I got to breathe a little bit. I get one free
Yeah.
meal out a week. I could go out that one week and go out and have a glass of wine and have my free meal and be around people. You know what I mean? Go to this restaurant, go to this little bar, this club. I could do that and still be on point. You know what I mean? So I don't burn out. I could look forward to, okay, Saturday is my cheat meal. I'm gonna go to this place and have happy hour, have a meal and a glass of wine, and then I'm good. You know what I mean? You got to do that type of things. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm about to do. Yeah. Can't wait
Well,
till
dude,
tomorrow.
it's not far. It's not far off. But look, man, you've got the plan. I mean, Matt gave you the plan for what you're going to be up against here for your rebound, for the health phase. You've got a plan when it comes to when you want to compete in around then. You've already hit the top 10. There's nowhere to go but up, man. I mean,
There's nowhere to
you can
go.
really see, you can, dude, you can really see even from the other end of a computer screen, man, you could see it in every post that you put out. You could see the determination. But you know what? You could also see the times when you would post and you knew that it was working because you could see that you're beaming through it, dude. Like
Energy. The energy.
and that does come through, man. I really wanted you to know that when you came on. All these things that you're putting out there, it really does come through and people do recognize it, you know?
I just be me, man. You know, a lot of these people, I'm not gonna name names. There's a lot of people around
Yeah.
here, around these bodybuilders that ain't really real. They're just not really real human beings. They're putting on in front of the cameras, they're putting on this. Like, I'm gonna talk the way I want to talk. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna be that crazy person I am, that live wire. You get on my Instagram, I might be dancing in my car, singing, I might be doing this, joking, this and that. I'm just me. I'm just real. And when you're real, people feed off that. You know what I mean? Yeah, like these people got big followings, this and that, but they're following them because of their physique, not because of that person is real. They're not feeling that person's grind. Like, I came from the streets. I came from the gutters. I came from like, don't know if I'm gonna make it. And I came from all that. People could resonate with me. So that's why I share my stories and where I came from is what I done. I just keep it real and people resonate with that. And that's the love I'm getting, man. And that's the only way I know how to be. I got 100% real tatted on me for a reason. That's the only way I know how to be. I kind of feel like sometimes I'm like the black sheep, you know what I mean? Because I like all these guys, all the famous photography guys, this and that, they got pictures of everybody. I'm seeing videos of everybody. I'm saying, oh, he got that dope video. He got that dope video. I had no messages coming to me saying, look at this video, Charles, look at this, because I'm not all that. I'm just doing me. Like, I'm out in Minnesota. I'm going worldwide. I'm just like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like I'm the black sheep sometimes because I don't get those little good videos. I don't get this. I don't get that. And that's cool. I'm going to just be me and I'm going to do me, man. You know, that's what it is. Yeah.
The For the stuff that you do put out, I mean, it is raw, you know, like the gym videos and things like that, right? But that's what really does resonate with people the most, more than the high quality pictures and videos and stuff like that, and the photographers and videographers that are coming through. That stuff is all well and good, and look, I enjoy that too, right? But when you're really putting it out there, of just, you take your phone, you're setting it on a stand, and you're just hitting you're hitting
That's
your
all I
shots.
do.
I mean,
I got
it
I
doesn't
got
get
the
more real.
I got the brand new iPhone and I got my
Yeah, yeah.
tripod, and that's all I need. I'm not doing. I don't got all this gadgets, this and that. That's all I got right there. And I'm like, I don't need nobody following me around. That would be dope, but we don't got nobody like that in Minnesota. Like, I can't find nobody like that in Minnesota. So here I am. I'm gonna do my own grind. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my own shit. So yeah.
Really, that there's no one professional around that you could get to
Nah,
come down and.
Minnesota's kind of weak about that. I got another friend out here, Sam Sweeney. She's a huge fitness. She's a huge in the game fitness, and she has like 700 some thousand followers. She's trying to find somebody to do her videos and stuff. I didn't try that. I didn't put stuff out there, and Minnesota just don't got it. But if you're in Vegas, Florida, Cali, you put that on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
Instagram, boom, 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 you're gonna have so many people. Minnesota, we ain't got nobody out here. I hope somebody in Minnesota is watching this video and they be like, okay, I'm gonna show them. You got me, but we don't got people like that out here. I haven't found them, at least, and I've been here for 9 years. And I put it out on my thing. So we don't have that luxury out here like that.
Well, like you said, if there is anybody in Minnesota that can do something for you, they can follow you on Instagram. I'll put your Instagram in the description of this video.
Yeah.
People know how to find you when it comes to that. You can
Yeah.
message me. I'll relay the info, whatever, right? But
Right.
but the stuff that you are putting, it's not a necessity, like you said, for what you're trying to accomplish by
Yeah.
putting yourself out there, right?
Yeah.
It's real, it's raw, and that's one of the things that I really wanted to accomplish on this channel. Is, yes, the physique is absolutely, the showcase, but the person behind it is what really drew me to you. Like, well, it was when you first hit that vacuum that I was really like, holy shit, like now I'm watching, right? But when I really started seeing, like I said, that grind, man, like you've got it, and it's not a common thing in this day and age of bodybuilding. Not saying that there's guys that aren't suffering, but there's a real aggression to what you're doing too, and you can see it like, especially at the Legion. Like I said before, you could see it painted all over your face, dude. The concentration factor, it was just like, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm getting it done, I am undeniable. And that led you to the top 10 in the world.
Yes, sir. Yes, it did. I remember the GOAT Fitness.
Yeah, Krishan, yeah.
Yeah, he posted on this thing. He was like, yeah, Charles, he looking good, this and that, but I don't think we'll be seeing him this year at all, competing this and that. And I messaged him and I said, I will be competing this year, and you will see me on the Olympia stage. So after Olympia, he hit me up and was like, and forward that message over, I sent him. He's like, I'm proud of you, man. Good shit, because you corrected me. I'm going to compete this year, and I will be on that Olympia stage again. And I placed top 10. He sent me a message like, yeah, you did that shit. You know what I mean? You said what you was going to do, and I did that shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just talking to Krishan before we came on here, and I told him I was just getting ready for the interview. He wanted me to make sure I told you what's up too. Yeah.
Yeah. He always shows love. He always shows love. Yeah, I like his channel. Yeah. I like his channel.
Yeah. No, Krishan's a great dude, man. That was one of the things about when I started doing this. Was one of the things I didn't expect was to really, gain some friends through this, like Krishan, and I've had Xavier Wills of Desktop Bodybuilding on my channel. Mark's Max Muscle is a good buddy. Actually, Mark lives just a province over from me. I had no idea until I started doing this, right? I've had him on my channel. Josh Sanch, Sanch interviewed you at the Olympia, right? He's been on my channel regularly. He's a good buddy of mine now. Like, there's a really good community out there too, right? And especially with some of the negativity that came from after this Olympia, like that's one of the things that I wanted to put out there. There's a lot of people that are just saying, like flat out, like just stop the negativity, right? But we actually do have a really, really good community around, where I'm posting videos and these other guys. It is out there.
Oh yeah, it's out there. It's out there, and people are seeing it. It's out there.
Yeah. No, it's moving in a good direction. I think 2024 is going to be, when it comes to the competitive season, dude, it's going to be an exciting one, because you got guys that are going to have to, really, really push to qualify this time around too. I think Nick is going to have to qualify.
Next one had to qualify. Only one that won't have to qualify is like Brandon Curry because he's already a prior Olympian.
Yeah, that's
So
right. Yeah.
but everybody has to qualify. So it's going to be a beautiful season. There's going to be a lot of battles out there, and I can't wait to jump in that deep end and start battling it out. You know what I mean? I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be long. It's not going to be long, man. And look, we're all excited to see what you really pull off this year. Like I said, top 10 this year, next year, who knows, man? Who knows?
I don't even care. Hey, top 10 this year. I don't care if it's 9, 8, 7, whatever. I'm going to be better than next year. You know what I mean? I'm going to be better than next year, and they're going to reward that because I showed them what I showed them what I could do, and now I bring it back even next year. They're going to reward that. You know what I mean? My main thing, my biggest thing is my midsection. My midsection, like. I'm not talking about the vacuum. I'm talking about to have more detail in the abs and everything like that. That is my biggest thing I'm about to work on this year, and I'm excited to see what comes from that. Yeah.
No, so am I, man, and so are all the fans. Everybody's really excited to see what you'll be able to pull off. So
Appreciate
you know what you. No, absolutely. You know what you got to work on, and if anybody's going to be able to pull it off with, man, like I said, we are really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it, man.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate all the love you've been giving me this whole year, my man. All my buddies and everybody reach out to me or they'll send me. Go to 439, go to 239 on this video because you're always doing that. So it's pretty dope. I appreciate you looking out, my man. And I finally saw your messages in the message request. Because I was going through the message request and I'm like, oh, there he is. Let me accept this message. Let me follow him. So yeah, I appreciate the love, man. For real, for real.
Yeah. Yeah. No, look, man, for me, it's easy, like I said, for what you were that's one of the things of why I started doing what I was doing, because for where I'm at, like you're saying about Minnesota, there's not a lot of people around to do that content creation kind of thing. Right. Well, for me, dude, this is a small spot too, right? Like fans of professional bodybuilding. I mean, the closest show to me is even the Toronto Pro, right? And even that's a 20-hour drive.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people that are into professional bodybuilding to begin with. I had to start this channel out of necessity because I didn't have an outlet. I didn't have anybody to talk to about it, really. A couple of odd friends, but I needed to be able to have an outlet, and that's what this has led me to, right?
Keep doing it, man. Your shit's growing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep posting the real stuff and just keep doing what you're doing, man. And your channel's gonna grow, and there's no way it won't, man. You're doing dope shit for real, for real.
No, I appreciate it, man, and I enjoy it too. I do. It's work, but man, the payoff for me, just even like at this point, just personally, it's just, dude, it's like I got one of the guys here, top 10 in the world. It's on my channel now, right? Like that's cool. It's awesome. I love it.
Hell yeah.
So look, we still got the entire 2024 season to come to get through here. We're really looking forward to seeing what you can pull off, man. And we'll be pushing it. That's for sure.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you having me on, my man.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you coming on. So listen, we're going to call it right there. That's going to do it for another episode. Oh, one thing I just want to know, if there's anything you want to plug before we sign off, any sponsors, anything like that, you go ahead, man.
When you need your supplements, you know what I mean? Raw Nutrition, code Griffen for your health supplements, man. Health is wealth. Revive supplements, code Griffen. Tough Wraps, code Griffen. Quarter turn to the right. My trunk, she does women's suits, men trunks. He does everything. Those are my sponsors right there, man. And I just want to shout out all my peoples, man, that support me and show me love. All the fans of bodybuilding. Without y'all, we don't got bodybuilding. Without y'all logging into that live stream, we don't have bodybuilding. Without you guys buying tickets to come to the shows, to the Olympia, this and that, we don't have bodybuilding. So I appreciate everybody for doing what they do for bodybuilding to give me an outlet to do what I do. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's all good, man. All right. Well, that's awesome. Again, appreciate you coming on, man. It's been a great chatting with you. We'll get you on again throughout the year. We'll do another check-in.
Sounds good, brother. Appreciate you, my man.
Yeah, cool, man. All right. I'm going to call it there. That's going to do it for another episode of the Bodybuilding Breakdown. We'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah.